like and subscribe. I got to relax, slow down, because I am somewhat, I'm not going to say excited, but I am, Putin is, this guy's a genius. So let me begin here. The first thing I'm going to say, and I want you to remember this, Putin opened the library and the archives in Russia, showing and proving that Yashua, Jesus, is black. And he showed that to all the Russian people. Point one. Point two. Putin won the election in Russia with about 80% of the vote, which means he has the backing of the Russian people. He is their leader. They will follow him. And he opened those archives up to show that people of African descent are not wild animals, that we are spiritual people and we are God's chosen people. Masterful move. Now you know what he's done. He has allowed Africans free visits to free visits to Russia, visa free. Visa free. No long waiting lines. If you are African, you can go to Russia and become a citizen. Now, to become a citizen, a young man would have to join the military for a year, and then he can bring his wife and children over along with his parents, and they can become Russian citizens. Do you know how many young men, young black men, are going to go to Russia, join the military to bring their families out of Africa? Also, African businessmen are going to go to Africa looking for business opportunities. And and Af- and Russians are going to go to Africa for business opportunities, and they're going to be welcome. But the key to this whole thing is that by opening up the archives, this is going to eventually kill racism in Russia. The fact that black people are God's chosen people, recognized as God's chosen people, it is going to destroy racism in Russia. See, it's not like that thing where Macron told Africans that you can no longer, even if you were born in France, you can't have citizenship. In other words, he called himself punishing Africans. Then and then I'm gonna tell you something stupid he said. He said he's gonna send 2,000 troops to Ukraine and 1,500 rounds of ammunition, bombs, or whatever. Well, Russia has over, I think, like, I'm not sure if there's probably about 300,000 troops in Ukraine. 300,000. And Macron is going to send 2,000 troops. Doesn't make sense. Russia is technologically advanced. And if he sends 2,000 troops, when they come home, it will be in caskets. That is the most ridiculous thing. And there are mercenaries who went to fight in Ukraine, and they left over a year ago because they were being slaughtered. Look it up on YouTube. Now, Russia, now that they know that they have the training troops in Africa, and a lot of those troops that's been trained in Africa, some of them are going to go back, some of them are going to go to Russia, trained, ready for combat. Then you're also going to have, so that's going to help build Russia up some more. Now, that's what they did. Russia has also sent troops and people to train on the borders of Israel. So Russia was getting ready to enter that conflict. Now, all of a sudden, the United States did not veto the United Nations Security Council's ceasefire. Now there is a ceasefire in Israel, which means Israel no longer has the United States support and backing. So they have no choice but to leave. Israel is only a welfare station, a welfare country anyway, totally dependent upon the United States. And Israel talking about they're not going to send their delegates to the United States. Who cares? We don't have the money to give you. We were giving them billions of dollars a year, and they had a $2.6 billion surplus while we had nothing. They had a $2.6 billion surplus. We were giving them money, I think $3 or $4 billion a year, and they had free health care and free hospitalization, which we don't have here. We should never have been supporting Israel in the first place. Not to mention they bombed the USS Liberty, an American spy vessel that did not have any weapons on it. So now, the United States had to support that ceasefire because we didn't want to go toe-to-toe with Russia. That would have been World War III if Russia had entered it. Now, let's go back to Africa. Russia's got boots on the ground in Africa, and they are running the insurgents out of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. They're getting them out of there. Where France has been there 10, 20 years and haven't gotten them out because they found out France was on both sides. You see, the European Union and America wanted to destabilize Africa so they could continue, stealing and taking African resources. Now, Niger has told America to get out and has canceled all contracts with foreign companies. These little rip-off contracts where Africans weren't getting anything for the resources, and they were keeping them poor. See, Africa now, with the backing of Russia, Africa can no longer be bullied by the United States and the European Union. Now, if you understand, the United States had 800 bases all over the world, and a bunch of them in Africa, but they only had about 1,000 or so men on them. But only thing these guys were doing was policing Africa. See, the United States military wasn't built to go to war against Russia or China or even North Korea. The United States military was only good to do one thing: exploit third world countries. Exploit third world countries because you had the advanced weapons and they didn't. Well, that has changed. The Sahel Alliance has advanced weapons, and they're going to get more from Russia, from Iran, from North Korea. Let me tell you something. There's not going to be a war between China and Japan because Japan is jumping off that ship. Japan is jumping off that ship because the United States, with their sanctions and stuff like that, they have hurt Japan's economy. The United States has hurt Germany's economy with these sanctions. See, the only thing sanctions do is stop you from trading with other countries. And it's not like you're trading with these countries because you don't have nothing to do. You're trading with these countries because you want what they have and they want what you have. And sanctions hurt both people. And the United States to suffer from cognitive dissonance. The United States suffers from cognitive dissonance because the sanctions that we put on other people hurt us. If not for the sanctions, Russia and China would not have developed the things that they were getting from the United States. But by sanctioning, well, like the computer chips and things like this, well, they had to start making their own. But I'm going to tell you what the key ingredient, the most important thing that Russia is going to get from Africa is brains. Brains. We built this country. We built the car. We built the airplane, not the Wright brothers. We built the electric. We built the telephone. We made the light bulb. We created blood plasma and the refrigerated trucks that delivered it. Everything this country has is got from us. Now, when you have these black young minds entering those Russian colleges, they're going to be spreading knowledge. They're going to be spreading knowledge. And if you look at YouTube now, you'll see these young children that are geniuses. Geniuses. No longer will America be able to exploit the intelligence from Africa. The technology in Russia is getting ready to grow exponentially, just like it has in China. Because you have a lot of Africans going to school in China. But China didn't get the memo. They're still playing that race game. Putin is getting rid of the race game, normalizing humanity. And as those young black kids go there and get into that educational system, it's going to blow up. It's going to blow up. No longer with these little intelligent kids, America sees this little intelligent kid and it's, wow, he do it. Then bring him over to America for a couple years, suck up everything he knows, and then send him back to Africa. Those days are over with. Or like the guy who came up with the algorithm for Uber. Worked for the company, got paid a check. But Uber, is he getting any stock or anything from Uber? No, and he created it. That won't be the case with Russia. Putin is a genius. While the United States was playing checkers, Putin has been playing chess. And I'm going to tell you this, the man is at least 7, 8 moves ahead. I mean, I may have missed out on something because Putin is moving at warp speed. He's moving at warp speed. And the smartest thing he did was showing the Russian people that Yashua was black. And it doesn't bother Putin. And it's not going to bother the Russian people. You see, Putin is the leader of Russia. He got 80% of the vote because people love him there. This ain't no little BS like with this, we got one guy can't walk up steps. And then Trump, he done stole the man is a loser. The man is a loser. In fact, when he had his failed coup, that shocked the whole world because that killed the mystique of America. That killed centuries and centuries of building up this lie that America is the bastion of democracy. Trump destroyed it in one afternoon. And when people seeing that, then all of a sudden America came from here down here. And they had to reevaluate the situation. Because a lot of times people are going on, it's like a commercial. You see this delicious looking hamburger, it looks all beautiful, everything's in place. Then when you go and buy it, it's all smashed up. Well, America's all smashed up now. All those years of lies, building America up to be something that is not. Trump destroyed it in one afternoon. Now, if he becomes president, that's kind of poetic justice. He can finish tearing up what he started tearing up. Like and subscribe. Talk to you later.